After January 23rd, something shifts in the unseen before it appears in the visible. Many people will wake up and feel the same surroundings, the same responsibilities, the same faces, but deep within, something will be different. A line has been crossed. A season has quietly ended. What felt delayed was not denied. It was being aligned. God does not move by calendars alone, but He does honor moments. Certain dates become spiritual intersections where preparation meets permission. January 23rd is not just another day passing, it is a marker. It is the end of a cycle of pressure and the beginning of a cycle of positioning. Some of you have been asking, why did nothing change when the year changed? Because the year did not change you yet, but after January 23rd, the inner work reaches maturity. What God has been forming in silence begins to step into motion. After January 23rd, clarity replaces confusion. Decisions that felt impossible begin to feel obvious. Paths that looked blocked suddenly reveal openings. You won't need to force direction. Direction will begin to pull you. This is because alignment is taking place. God removes the fog not by explaining everything, but by stabilizing your spirit. After January 23rd, burdens begin to lift, not because problems disappear overnight, but because grace increases. You will notice that what once drained you no longer has the same power. Conversations that once triggered you lose their control. Situations that once intimidated you shrink in significance. Strength returns quietly but steadily. Some people will misinterpret this season. They will think you have changed, grown distant, or become less available. What they don't see is that God is protecting your focus. After January 23rd, distractions lose access. Energy is redirected. You are no longer available for everything because you are being prepared for something specific. God says after January 23rd, old cycles break. Patterns that repeated for years suddenly stop repeating, not because you fought harder, but because the season expired. Some doors close without drama. Some relationships fade without conflict. Some habits lose their grip without effort. When God ends a season, He does not always announce it. He simply removes its power. After January 23rd, faith becomes quieter but stronger. You stop needing constant reassurance. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing validation. Confidence settles in, not loud confidence, but rooted confidence. You trust the process even when you don't control the timeline. This is also a season of strategic silence. God teaches you when to speak and when to hold your tongue. Not everything needs to be shared. Not every plan needs approval. After January 23rd, wisdom replaces urgency. You move slower but further. God says after January 23rd, hidden prayers begin to surface. Prayers you stopped mentioning, prayers you almost forgot, prayers you assumed were unanswered. They resurface not as ideas, but as opportunities. Not as feelings, but as invitations. You will recognize them because they will feel familiar, like something you once whispered in faith. After January 23rd, favor begins to work quietly. Doors open without struggle. Help comes without begging. Resources align without manipulation. You will notice things working together without you forcing them. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. Some of you will experience divine separation after January 23rd. Not punishment, not rejection, but redirection. God removes certain voices so you can hear His more clearly. He narrows your circle so your focus can widen. He simplifies your life so your purpose can expand. After January 23rd, emotional healing accelerates. Wounds that lingered lose their sting. Memories that haunted lose their power. You don't forget, but you are no longer controlled. God heals not by erasing the past, but by redefining it. What hurt you becomes what taught you. What broke you becomes what built you. God says after January 23rd, new assignments emerge. You may not label them spiritual, but they will stretch you. new responsibilities, new expectations, new territory. You will feel slightly unprepared, and that is how you will know it is God. He never calls you to what you can handle alone. After January 23rd, time feels different. You become more intentional, less rushed, more present. You stop measuring life by urgency and start measuring it by alignment. Peace becomes your compass. If it costs your peace, you reconsider. This season requires trust. Not loud trust, not dramatic trust, but steady trust. Trust that what is unfolding is necessary. Trust that what is delayed is protected. Trust that what is leaving is not a loss. God says after January 23rd, you will see results that look sudden, but they are not sudden. They are the harvest of silent endurance. Others will say, it happened so fast. You will know it took years. This is not the season to look back with regret. It is the season to look forward with readiness. What God is releasing requires maturity, humility, and focus, and that is why preparation came before manifestation. After January 23rd, hope becomes practical. Not wishful thinking, but actionable confidence. You start planning again, dreaming again, building again, not from desperation, but from assurance. God says, what comes next will not overwhelm you. It will fit you, because you have been shaped for it. Stay grounded, stay grateful, stay faithful. The shift has begun.